What is going on, everybody? It is Randy here, back for week number 3 of the Extreme Battle League. Now, before we jump into the video, just a little thing I need to point out about today's video. I'm recording with a different mic setting, I'm like recording it using like just directly from this side. It's like a setting on the Blue Yeti mic, as you know. So if it sounds different, I'm not going to try to re-record it. I'm not going to test how it sounds before I do this. I'm just going to record it like this and see what happens. If it sounds bad, I'll change it. So I kind of don't have the time to keep testing and everything. As you can tell, we were stuck with the post-com this week because, like I said, just been really busy. I apologize. So XBL week 3 as well as PGBL week 2 will be post-com battles, unfortunately, because this battle actually crashed, as you can tell from the team above me. That's what I'm bringing, but I'll go more into detail about that. But the live battle crashed, and I really wish I could have had it to live record, because it ended up being a really great battle, and I want you guys to see it. So, but for that, we're going to be doing post-com, and I'm going to be able to do something a little bit different with my my team builder, because again, I don't have the time to record 2 separate videos. So what I'm going to be doing is just going over the team roughly and why it's there. I'm not going to be going into the EV spreads simply because I actually didn't really build the EV spreads on my own. They were built for me by my front office, and I had some little tweaks if I had one. You know, and I feel like I just want to explain more of the movesets rather than the actual, the EV spread. So I feel like that would be a little bit easier for me just to be able to go over it. That way you guys know what I'm using, because these past couple of weeks I haven't been able to do team builders. So I do think it'll be important for you guys to know what's going on. So with that being said, we are facing off against Grizlock TV, coach of the Boston Silk Scarfs. He actually replaced Ttrain as the coach of his slot. So he's the one that ended up taking his roster, being Mega Blaziken, Blaziken, which is Speed Boost, Latios, Toxapex, Florigis, Tangela, I Like the Buzz, Porygon 2, Deblade, Sandslash, Volibee, Alolan Vulpix, yep, and Volbeat. So interesting squad, of course. Obviously the mons to be worried about are the Blaziken, the Latios. The Toxapex is really annoying for my team. The Blade could be a nice setup sweeper. And then for a little bit, like I would say probably Volbeat as well, because of its ability to baton pass its special attack. So I gotta always make sure that I have a mon on the field I can stop it or keep it in check. So with that, leading the way off, we have Naganadel. By the way, you guys should go check out Griz. I know personally I haven't watched a lot of his stuff because I've just been really busy. But I'm sure he's great. I'm going to be watching maybe a few videos after this while I edit this. This is my first day off in like a few days, so this is being recorded a little bit late, but it'll be up on time. So anyways, we had Naganadel, the Magic with his Poison Magic Touch, leading the way. So we have Dragon Pulse, Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, and Nasty Plot. Pretty self-explanatory moveset. This is pretty much the standard moveset in standard OU right now, except usually they run Z crystals, but I can't do that here. And Dragon Pulse is just a better spammable move in this situation. That way I don't lose special attack. That way I can be able to still beat up that Porygon 2 or the Blade, depending on what kind of movesets they have or spread. So I am running the Shucka Berry. That way I can take a hit from the Blaziken no matter what. I guess if he wants to carry, that's like its only coverage move that can hit me. So Earthquake would be his best move to hit me with. So with that, I can take a hit. I won't be able to kill with Dragon Pulse, so that's the only bad thing. The risk I'm taking is if I take Dragon Pulse as opposed to Draco Meteor, I actually can't OHKO Blaziken, but that's something I will risk here because I do have priority on my team, and I do have like Hail and stuff like that. I can take care of it. So I just want to be able to have a one-time check to Blaziken at all costs. So nothing else to say about this here. Obviously, if I get up a Nasty Plot and kill something, the game becomes a lot harder for him to win. Toxapex, Spadef could check this somewhat, especially since I don't have a Z Crystal with this thing. So I expected to max Spadef Toxapex, but ultimately, if Toxapex is gone or weakened, then the game's going to be over. So, hopefully I can pull that off, because Naganadel is very capable of sweeping and magic with his magic touch. So next up, we have Mega Metagross, the face. Of course, it's in regular form right now, so the stats aren't, accurate, but running Stealth Rock, 3 attacks, pretty standard, like I said before. Earthquake is to be able to hit, I believe the Blade. Yeah, the Blade, that's the main reason why I have that. And hit Blaziken in case, I don't want to risk Sand Headbutt. Because Mega Metagross is capable of living a hit from Blaziken. whether it be special or physical, like a life orb or something like that. So do have some minor investment in that. Of course, Stealth Rock is kind of just like a filler move, but I feel like it'll be nice to have rocks up at some point in the game, especially to wear down Blaziken, Latios, his the blade, not the blade, but his Porygon too. So that'll be nice, and even his Volbeat, not Volbeat, but his Volbeats, in case he does bring that to try to baton pass stuff. So pretty self-explanatory. It's a beast. I feel nasty using it still, but you know, I gotta work that out. I gotta get over it, or just find a way to balance it. So next up, we got Soggy Doggy, the Suicune, and a Beast Ball, running Calm Mind. Or this is Crocoon pretty much. Kind of hesitant about this set because he has stuff like Toxapex and Tangela, and you know, his Gourgeist. So there's stuff like that I really am. Oh, by the way, I said Tangela earlier. He has Gourgeist, not Tangela. So they traded. I forgot about that. So this doc isn't up to date. So yeah, he has Gourgeist. So that's something to keep in mind. That Gourgeist is another check to my Mega Metagross, and of course a check to this thing if I don't have Toxic or Ice Beam or something like that. But Crocoon ended up being the set to go. I think I had an option to change it, but I opted just to keep the set in case, because you know I can still set up on those mons. I just won't be able to beat them 1v1 because of their recovery moves, unfortunately. So, and with pressure, of course, I can always stall them out. So, I believe that was the main idea behind Crocoon. But again, Soggy Doggy, cringe nickname. Go ahead and jump into the next mon. We have Kurama, the little Ninetales, running, of course, the Oroville moveset, Encore, Freeze Dry, and Toxic. Toxic for stuff like Porygon 2 that probably will come in on this thing. His Florges, which could be annoying. I guess Volbeat too, because like Freeze Dry won't be able to really break that thing. So Toxic's pretty much spammable in his team besides Toxapex and his the Blade. But other than that, Encore is nice to be able to Encore his Blaziken, Encore his maybe a Calm Mind Latios, Encore his Toxapex. Again, Encore a lot of things on his team. So I feel like Encore will be clutch at some point in this game, and I hope it is, because you know, it's just a great move that's probably underrated. It goes through substitutes, which is important in case he's running sub Latios or whatever, something like that. So running similar spread as I did last week. Yeah, but other than that, it's a pretty good mon, obviously. So this moves on to my mons that are making their debuts this week, and these two mons are playing pretty important roles this week, as they are probably a decent win condition at some point in the game. You know, there is I'm running Fire Blitz, Darkest Lariat, Earthquake, and Swords Dance with the Incendium Z. I'm running I think enough speed to outrun a Blaziken at +2 when I'm at +2 speed, and you know, I'll explain that a little bit later. But I am running an Adamant Nature with SD3 attacks. Now this Pokemon, if it was faster than his Blaziken, it would just sweep his entire draft. Or I guess Latios, but you know, Blaziken has a speed boost. But if it was fast, it would sweep his entire draft, which is kind of the idea here. That's what I plan to do. If I can get up a Swords Dance at some point, I could probably put on a tear on his team, especially to his like fatter core with Toxapex, Florges, Gourgeist, the Blade, Porygon 2. So that's the plan. Hopefully I can get set up on one of those things and just start breaking through his team. If it's not able to sweep, I can break through his team and put it in range of my other beasts I have in the back. So I'm definitely not short on beasts, so hopefully we can make that work. And finally, the beast, the legend, makes its debut. We have the Beast Minun coming in. I'm not very creative, alright? I just kind of threw anything on there. So we are running a bulky Minun with Agility, Baton Pass, Toxic, and Thunderbolts. Now, of course, I do have Oroville. The whole point is to get up Oroville, get in on something, maybe Encore something. Just get in on something I can set up an Agility on, because I need Agility to my Incineroar. I could even use it on my Naganadel to get the speed. I could even use it on Mega Metagross, because Mega Metagross is very capable. So I'm definitely not short on options to Baton Pass into. I do have enough bulk to set up to be able to take a hit from Porygon, take a hit from Gourgeist, take a hit from Florges, take a hit from Toxapex. So and in Oroville, I just eat up hits from those and might be able to take hits from offensive threats. So the whole goal is to get Minun in, get a Baton Pass up, get an Agility up, Baton Pass into one of my threats, and just sweep. So a bit of a fun team. I don't know why Baton Pass is like my thing, but it's, I don't know, like it's one of those things to where like if it fails, I kind of don't have many options. So but I mean, I have Naganadel and Mega Metagross, so it should work out. But with all that being said, this is the team I am running. Oops, I didn't do that. But yeah, sorry if this is a bit like kind of messy, but I haven't done this before, so I'm gonna hopefully I can do it right the next couple of times. I will try a way to do these differently. I've been saying that at team builders, but you know, it just hasn't come as soon as I would have liked because I've been so damn busy working 2 jobs and finish up school and whatnot. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the team analysis, the team preview, the actual battle. As you can see, he is bringing the Blaziken, Sandslash, Gourgeist, the Blade, Toxapex, and the Latios. So from here, I'm kind of just thinking, okay, what can lead up decently well against everything on his team? And to me, that Pokemon is Naganadel because it pretty much forces out the right side of his squad, as well. Maybe like the right 4, not Sandslash and Blaziken though. So kind of just went with the majority. Let's go ahead and leave with Naganadel because I am faster than everything on the right side. I can't necessarily OHKO stuff like Toxapex and the Blade or Gourgeist, but I doubt he would want to give me a turn to get up a nasty plot. So I figured it was the best bet. And of course, let's go ahead and jump into the battle. So week 3, here we go. All right, this is a bit scattered, guys. I'm sorry, but again, this is my first day off. I'm trying to get through this, but I promise you, I'll find a way to make the team builders interesting and keep doing live battles. So as we see here, he actually leads off with his Blaziken, which is called the King Kung Pao. So kind of bad for me, but I said here, you know what? I have Shuckleberry for a reason. Let's go ahead and just click Sludge Wave here, or Dragon Pulse. I don't know why I didn't click Sludge Wave. Well, I click Dragon Pulse in case he swaps into his the Blade. But as you see here, he goes for Protect. Of course, he has the Speed Boost. Why wouldn't he have Speed Boost? So goes right for the Earthquake. I do have my Shuckleberry nice and clutch, so I'm able to take this hit from the Blaziken. And as you can see here, it does a rough, pretty damn good amount to me with a Shuckleberry. So after like 2 turns of Stealth Rock, I probably would have died to the Earthquake, which is something to keep in mind. So do end up going for the Sludge Wave on this turn. As you can see, doesn't quite knock it out even after the Life Orb hits. So after like an extra Life Orb hit, maybe it would probably die. So that was kind of my goal here. Hopefully he hits me again. He could die, so I can only just trade 1 for 1. So Magic goes down here, as you can tell already, turn number 3, so which is unfortunate. Naganadel was going to hopefully be a Mon that can do some work, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that. But as you can see here, Kung Pao actually does live by a little sliver, so I do have to bring in my Soggy Doggy, which is the only Mon that can probably take a hit. I mean, realistically. So if he has Thunder Punch, it won't do that much to me. But I'm thinking he probably does have Thunder Punch. But as you can see here, he does go for Baton Pass. So we know he's running Protect, Baton Pass, and Earthquake. And as you can see here, he Baton Passes his speed into his Nougat, which is the Gourgeist, which isn't really a big deal. It's really fat. It's not really going to take advantage of its speed very much unless he wants to get up like a sub or go for like a Will-O-Wisp on something. So go for the Scald. Don't get a burn, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's nice in the long run because I do have Toxic on Ninetales and the Minun, which this thing might try to come in on. The Minun, not the Ninetales. So do swap out straight into my Incineroar because, I can pretty much eat a Will-O-Wisp. I eat its stab moves. If he goes for sub, it's whatever. I'm not really afraid of that. So here I can just go straight for a Darkest Lariat because he has really no real switch in besides his Sandslash, which he does go into, which is his Sasha. And the only thing is I'm kind of worried about is if it's, like an SD sweeper, potentially. Probably won't be because it's slow, but if he does have a Baton Pass, it could be a threat. But we see here, it has Rocky Helmet, so I'm like, okay, Incineroar, taking a little bit too much damage. So let's go ahead and get out of here as I go into my Kurama. Knowing he's probably going to go for Stealth Rocks. I doubt he's going to go for a Stone Edge here. Earthquake wouldn't kill me anyway. I felt Kurama was the best switching for me, as he does go for his Stealth Rock. So that's kind of bad. Stealth Rocks are up. It does kind of wear down my Ninetales and my Incineroar, which kind of need to be on the field to get up their stuff to win the game. So here I go straight for Aura Veil, kind of fearing maybe a Steel type move, or maybe expecting to go for Brick Break. I'm not really sure what he was going to do here. I'm sorry, Greg, I haven't gotten water bottles yet. But yeah, goes for Earthquake, kind of just, eat that up with the Aura Veil. So he probably doesn't have a Steel move. We've seen Earthquake, we've seen Stealth Rock. He probably has Rapid Spin. And my guess is he probably has Toxic. That's my guess here. So probably expecting him to go for a Rapid Spin. I do go right into my Mega Metagross as he actually doubles out into his number, 13, which is the Blade. And wasn't really expecting that. But it made sense because I couldn't let the Blade get a free turn. So I'm going into something that can hurt the Blade was probably the important thing there. So I do Mega Evolve here, and I go straight for the Earthquake because I can't let the thing get a free turn to hit me with. And honestly, with the Aura Veil and my bulk, and given how the blade isn't set up yet, I can probably, I'm okay with doing this because, you know, I have Aura Veil. So, as you can see, Earthquake barely avoids the 2-shot from that range he was at. Goes for Shadow Claw, and with Aura Veil, man, Shadow Claw just bounces off Mega Metagross, dude. The face that runs the place. So, Bo takes some hail damage. Again, my biggest fear about his team is that I can't let this thing get a free setup, or even his Latios, or even his Blaziken. So, trying to keep up with the offensive pressure. So here I go straight for the, I think I go right for the Meteor Mash, or Stealth Rock here, yeah. I go for Stealth Rock here, because I expect him to either switch out, or maybe go for an SD, and I'm not really fearing that, because again, I do have the Aura Veil. So, Gorgeist comes back in. Kind of hard to switch into this thing, especially knowing that he can probably stay in. So, I do actually stay in here, or I'm sorry, I thought he was double out, but do actually stay in here and go for the Meteor Mash, and he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, you know. Incineroar was the right play, you know, because he really wasn't going to risk it, especially since he has Stealth Rock up. So, even if I did swap into Incineroar, you know, I take 25%, so he was probably okay with that. So, bit of a misplay on my part, but again, I got to keep Incineroar at nice HP so I can actually have a chance to set up here. So, I go into my Minun, the Beast of Minun, to try and see if I can set up here, because I do have Aura Veil up for a couple more turns. This thing really can't touch me, besides going for Seed Bomb or Lead Sheet, but if he lets me have 2 agility turns, then that's pretty much over, because I can put Tom Pass into my Incineroar and just sweep. So I'm going for game here. I go for agility the first time, goes for the Seed Bomb, and it does relatively nothing with the Aura Veil, because, you know, Minun's got a lot of investment in defense and HP. So I'm at +2 speed. I'm thinking he probably will go to Latios or the Blade, because, you know, or I mean, to the Sand Slash, because, you know, they relatively wall me, even if I have HP Ice, because, you know, mine is kind of weak. So here I make a play, go for Toxic, expecting something like Latios or a Sand Slash to come in, and of course it always hits the Gourgeist as well. So it was a nice play. I feel like a safe play. So here, I realize I can't go into Incineroar here, so I decide to not reveal Baton Pass and just straight swap into my Kurama once again, because I'm really not afraid to take an Earthquake from this thing. And I kind of want Ninetales to get low. That way I can get up an Aura Veil right before I die. That way I can finally get a turn to my Minun. So here he goes for the Rapid Spin. So I probably could have maybe went for a Baton Pass, but it really doesn't matter. I was going to be faster, but I didn't really want to reveal Baton Pass at that point. So sorry if I'm talking too fast. I just am trying to keep up with this game speed. So go for the Aura Veil, because again, I just want to die and get my Minun in to set up. So that's kind of what my game plan is at this point, because Mega Metagross is burned. Suicune can't really sweep at this point because Gourgeist is still at good HP, and Toxapex is at relatively, it came in yet. So, you know, and my rocks are gone, so that's kind of unfortunate. So, I am wearing down to Sand Slash, which is the only good thing about this whole thing, and no other mon has died yet, you know. This Freeze Dry killing the Sand Slash is my first kill of the game, and that's only been, you know, 13 turns in, so his Sand Slash, a Pokemon in his squad, finally goes down as my Veil is up, Ninetales is hurt, and then he brings in his Latios. So here I'm thinking, okay, if he goes for Encore Sub, if he goes for Sub or Calm Mind, I'm clicking Encore. I'm slower, I'm guaranteed to work. So here he goes for Shadow Ball, and going for Shadow Ball tells me a couple of things. Either one, he predicted, or he's choiced, because there's really no reason not to go for Shadow Ball at this point, because like, he could just click a Psychic move, because if I go into my Incineroar or my Metagross, he can probably just, you know, kill or go for another move after that. So Ninetales goes down. I Encored him in the Shadow Ball. So with that knowledge, with my Aura Veil up, Shadow Ball won't be able to do that much to my Minun. And knowing that he clicked Shadow Ball, he probably can or is choiced in some sort of way. So I do go for Agility here. My Veil is up. My Minun's going for it all here. So the Encore was just a safe way of telling me, you know, forcing his Latios to use a non-stab move in which my Minun can set up on. So goes for his second Shadow Ball, doesn't crit me, get up my second Agility, guys, and Minun the Beast is holding the baton, man. All he's got to do is Baton Pass into Incineroar, and some good things might happen. So do go for the Baton Pass after my +2, my +4 boost, and after you saw that first Agility, we did see he ended up was Choice Scarf, because he did outspeed my Minun. So we knew his Latios was Choice Scarf from there. And even if he wasn't, I had Encored him. That way my Minun won't be able to take some super effective or some stab hits And of course, Veil was up at the whole time. So my Incineroar got his speed, and now I can go for the Swords Dance because he's locked into his Shadow Ball. And this thing does come in, and this thing will guarantee die to a not Darkest Lariat, the what's it called? The malicious Moonsault. But and it's guaranteed to die even if he's max defense. But if he's not max defense, you know, if he is max defense, Earthquake won't kill. If he is max defense, but that's why I went for the Z move here, because I knew that Earthquake probably wouldn't kill if he was max defense. I probably could have made a play and just went for Earthquake because he probably was going to scout for the Z move, seeing as how I had Swords Dance, seeing as how I had Incineroar here on the team. So probably could have done that, but to me, honestly, I just wanted to get the kill, or just go for it in case he did stay in. So Incineroar does knock down the Blade, and at this point, I'm at +4 speed, +2 attack. The only thing that can quote-unquote stop me is his Toxic Effect with Haze. I do go for the Earthquake here, hoping I can kill it. If I don't kill it, hopefully put it in range of my Minun or whatever it could be. But his Pickles does drop to my Incineroar, and with that going down, that does pretty much wrap up the game because he has nothing that can outspeed me. He goes into his Kung Pao. Vacuum Wave won't kill me because I got some bulk, so I'm not worried about Vacuum Wave this time. But as you see, he goes for Protect, so he's going for that route. Gonna Protect, try to get 2 speed boosts. He's gonna need 3 to outspeed me. He needs 3 speed boosts to outspeed Incineroar. So he's gonna need like a less than 10% chance of that happening, or less than 25. So goes for a second and it fails, and Incineroar will pick up his 3rd kill of the game. Not even bad. Minun doing the work. And again, the only reason why that played out was because of his Latios set. Because actually, if he wasn't even Choice Scarf, you know, he probably could have went for like a Draco on my Incineroar on my Baton Pass play. That could have been a scary thing. But the whole idea was just to get up my Minun, get the agility into my Incineroar, because the game wasn't really going my way early. I was kind of just, you know, trying to play careful around his the Blade, but I was kind of just like letting my team get worn down too much. So I did play a little bad, but I was able to get in what I needed to win and get up agility. So there you have it. Incineroar picks up the last 4 kills of the game, just completely destroying what was there. So there you have it. That is week number 3 of the XBL. The Rangers to pick up a 4-0 victory. We dropped the first few mons, but we were able to clean up the rest of the game. But there you have it. Again, good game to Griz. Sorry if this seemed a little too rushed, the battle. It's just I'm trying to keep up with the replay. I felt like I was rushing it, but I did what I could to narrate it as best as I can. This is why I love live battles, man. Post-comps are just kind of whack to me. So that's all we have for today, guys. Check out the XBL. Check out the PGBL battle going up maybe later tomorrow or today. I'm not sure how I'm going to schedule that, but we will be facing off against, I believe, In Vivid Color next week, coach of the South Texas Sableyes in the XBL. So that'll be week 4. We got to get revenge on him, man. He last time we faced him, he flinched us out of the championship game. So hopefully we can get some revenge on him in the XBL. We got to face him in the PGBL later in the season as well. So you guys will be seeing him on the channel a lot in the next couple of weeks. So that's it for today, guys. I will catch y'all next week. Or actually, I'm sorry. There is going to be no battles next week, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, next week, there will not be any battles for the XBL on YouTube. We'll be taking a week-wide bye week, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure next week for Christmas, we're going to be taking a week-wide bye week. So don't expect any XBL battles to go up next week. Probably the same for PGBL, but I'll see how that happens. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. Go Rangers!